And who replaces Porzingis?
Kemba Walker.
All right, I don't get the bro. Bro, what? They're not even in the playoffs.
Okay,
bro.
can I explain to you?
Miss me with that bullshit.
What's going on, guys? This is Mo from After the Whistle. I am here and back with my guy YG.
What's up? What's up?
And over the last year or so, a lot of things have been going on around the NBA, and we have recently just passed the trade deadline. So there's a whole bunch of things that we would like to cover with y'all and just give y'all our thoughts about what's happened around the league. So since the finals last year, there's been a lot of things that's changed, especially in the league. Kyrie has made his move, obviously, to Boston, and this has really caused, I think, Cleveland to scramble, to like make a lot of different moves, scramble, try to figure out what team they could get together that's gonna help them like eventually beat Golden State.
Right.
And what they tried in the beginning, they tried bringing in vets, D Wade, Jake Crowder, Isaiah, just guys that are gonna have, like LeBron chose, that's gonna help them win. And it has not worked during the season. The Isaiah Thomas experiment failed miserably. And that's what led them into trading for Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance from the Lakers.
Well, bringing Isaiah and bringing Jay Crowder in, the whole point of them doing that was they thought that they were going to make up for Kyrie's scoring with Isaiah's 30 points that he averaged last year. And then they were thinking that Jay Crowder was going to bring defense to the team because, again, they were having a hard time defending Golden State in the finals. But like you said, it wasn't working out. You know, bringing in D Wade, that really didn't do anything for him offensively or defensively. And they were just older. A lot of the guys either can just shoot and score, but they can't play defense, or can just play defense, but can't, you know, shoot or score. So there was no balance there. But with the trade deadline, like you said, bringing in Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood. Who else did they bring in?
They brought in George Hill.
George Hill. So you get a lot of young legs. You get a lot of fresh legs. You get a lot of guys that can shoot, score.
They're more versatile.
Play
Way
defense.
more versatile. They got younger. They actually helped the Lakers out clearing cap room for two max players this summer and even next summer in 2019.
Right.
What did you think about Isaiah?
I don't know, man. I mean, he fit really well with Boston because he was the guy that they ran the offense around.
Yeah.
And they weren't really looking for anyone else to give them 30 points. So he would give you 30 points a game, but then you had Avery Bradley, who was taking on the best perimeter, opposite player on the other end, and it took a lot off of Isaiah Thomas' shoulders. So of course, he looks like he's a MVP caliber player, whatever, because the team's doing good. But he didn't really have to play defense. But then you come to Cleveland and you have to play defense, and you can't be a ball dominant guard playing with LeBron.
For sure.
So now his value goes from being a top 5 player or top 10 player in the NBA to just being any other role player, because now you're on a team with LeBron where you can't handle the ball 90% of the time like you would on any other team. And that's the reason why Kyrie left.
Yeah, and I actually agree with you. I think, honestly, I've never seen like the way Isaiah, like people forget what he was doing for Boston last year.
He was getting buckets.
And that's crazy to me because like now, bro, it's like he's known as this like whining, he's just a cancer to a team. Like he caused a lot of the drama that was going on for Cleveland.
That's what happens when you get the ball taken out of your hands and
his agent, LeBron's agent said that though. Yeah. LeBron's agent was like, the ball's in LeBron's hands. Isaiah really couldn't do nothing about that.
Right. And the other part is Isaiah was hurt.
Yeah, he's not healthy yet.
He's still not healthy, so it's hard to be able to incorporate him into an offense and on a team that, he hasn't really been playing a lot prior to just the last couple of weeks, and then expect for him to just fit into some role that they want him to fit into. It just wasn't a good fit for anybody. Hopefully, it works out for Cleveland. Hopefully it works out for Isaiah. I don't think he's gonna stay with the Lakers, but hopefully whatever team he goes to next is a team that says, hey, this is your team, the ball's in your hands, and they surround him with defensive players like how Boston did for him. Otherwise, he's just gonna continue being a journeyman, and at some point in time, you're gonna forget who Isaiah Thomas was.
It's gonna be interesting, and Cleveland only has a certain amount of time to be able to get. Like,
you got about 30 games maybe left before the playoffs start. And, you see teams like Cleveland, and you see teams like Houston. All the top teams are trying to do what they can to defeat Golden State, who everyone assumes is going to be in the finals. Yeah. But really, at the end of the day, Golden State is the reason for all of this. If you're not making your team, or if you're not putting your team together in a certain way that can beat Golden State, then you're really not doing anything. So that's really what was behind Cleveland's thought of just cleaning house. Let me ask you this: what did you think about Blake Griffin going to Detroit? What does that do for Detroit?
So at first, I didn't like the move as much because the thing is, I thought he was really going to play with another DeAndre, and what Detroit had to give up, I didn't think it was worth it. Trading the best defender, Avery Bradley, even though he wasn't playing well.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley hasn't been playing well. Tobias Harris is one of their best scorers. You know, you're giving up your best guards.
And your two best defensive players outside of Drummond.
That's what I'm saying. And you're getting Blake, who, like, you know what he can do.
Yeah.
He's gonna succeed. And moving him to the East is good. Might be a better move for him. Like, it's gonna be easier for him to win a little bit. And right now they're on the outside looking in. They're in the 9th seed. But I think they'll definitely get in for sure. You know, like him and right now early, him and Drummond look to be playing well.
Yeah, they look good out there. I think they might be missing a guard.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But yeah, they look alright. They'll be in the conversation in terms of like getting into the playoffs. Right now they're, I think, what, the 9th seed? They're tied for 8.
Yeah, they're 9th.
Right, so they'll be able to sneak their way in as long as they all stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because without Blake or without Drummond, that team's not that good. But yeah, it definitely affected Detroit in a positive way. Now with the Clippers, they get a lot of younger pieces. They still have draft picks, so if
they're just trying to rebuild.
Yeah, they're rebuilding, but they're not really rebuilding, you know, to where they're going to be trash and all of a sudden they got to start from scratch. You know, they just re-signed Lou Williams. Even if DeAndre leaves in the summer, they still have pieces to build around. So if they can draft well and maybe find a free agent or two here and there, you know, they'll be in the conversation. But again, for them, just like anybody else, if you don't have 2 or 3 superstars on your team, you're really not going to get past Golden State.
You're not going to be competitive.
Or Houston.
And even like now, speaking of Houston, they recently just signed Joe Johnson. Picked him up off of a buyout.
Yeah, from waivers, yeah. Houston now, to me, becomes the biggest threat to Golden State because they have everything. Like,
well, but they beat them already. You know, they beat them twice. And
yeah, but you can't look too much into the regular season. You know, so you gotta think about how that matchup is gonna look in the playoffs when you're not playing 10, 11 guys. You know, you're playing 7 or 8.
Let me tell you, here's the thing though. Like, I see 2 teams that whenever they play Golden State, they're always coming to play, and they actually succeed playing against them. That's OKC and that's Houston.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now Houston's just obviously, like, even if they didn't get Joe Johnson, they're the biggest threat to Golden State. Just the way they've been playing, picking up PJ and picking up Mbamute.
And what separates Houston from other teams now, especially with the Joe Johnson signing, is, you know, take the starting 5 of Houston, the starting 5 of Golden State. They're pretty much, I don't want to say they're even, but they keep up with each other. Yeah. But when you go into the bench, Houston's bench is now probably the best bench in the NBA.
I agree.
Golden State's bench, I'm surprised they didn't do anything at the trade deadline to bolster up their bench a little bit. But I think that's where the difference is going to be. And if you go 6-7 games in a series, I think that's where Houston has the upper hand. If you play a half-court offense in the playoffs and you slow things down a little bit, again, Houston can match up with that. I don't think they're going to have a problem scoring. But Houston now, to me, is a better balanced team in terms of defense, scoring, and having
shooting. Like, the thing is, when you're playing Golden State, it's not really more about scoring, bro. You just have to have elite shooters, bro.
Right, you do. You got to keep up with
that's the thing. Shooting. Because, like, for them, it's Clay, KD, Steph. We all know this stuff, right, bro. But when you see things like Houston has more specialists.
They do.
Then Golden State.
They got a lot more role players. Yeah. And it's like, you know that James Harden and Chris Paul, they're gonna run that offense. They're gonna get down the court, and you just gotta spot up and shoot.
For sure. For sure. I agree. I'm with you. So we'll see how the trades affect balance of power going on.
Especially the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what free agency is going to look like in the summer.
Yeah.
But definitely the rest of the season into the playoffs, we'll see what Cleveland's trades did for them. And Houston picking up Joe Johnson, what that does for them. So the playoffs should be fun.
And a lot of these teams too, that what they did, they basically secured their future. That's what Cleveland did.
Yeah.
They made sure to keep the pick.
Right, the Brooklyn pick.
Yeah, the Brooklyn pick. They traded their own pick to LA.
Yeah.
But they made sure to keep the Brooklyn pick and then get younger.
Right. They definitely got younger.
Yeah, get younger, get more versatile. They kept shooting on the team. J.R. Kappa were on that. So we'll see how it goes with that. But the All-Star game is coming up, I think next week. And the teams were picked, Team LeBron, Team Steph. Team LeBron, bro, they're cursed, I feel like.
Man, they're definitely cursed.
But how do you feel about that joint since
the new format, man, I like it. I like the new format. I think it's cool, for fans, even for the players.
Yeah.
you know, every year, at least since I've been watching basketball, like you have West versus East, you know, East versus West. Like you know who's going to be on what teams. You can kind of predict like, you know, oh, this is who's going to be on the West team, this is going to be on the East team. This year, with them being able to still select 12 from the East, 12 from the West, and then mix it up, it's pretty cool because now you get guys who are playing against their teammates on, you know, from the regular team that they have.
That's
and it's exciting, you know. I think, like you said, LeBron's team this year was cursed. I mean, God, man.
DeMarcus, John Wall, Kevin Love,
Porzingis, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's pretty wild. I think that the All-Star game should be fun. Hopefully no one else gets hurt within, you know, the next couple of days or a week or so. The only thing I thought it was missing was just putting it on TV, like in terms of like who LeBron and who Curry drafted. If they would have put it on TV, or if they would at least just streamed it on like Twitter or something, it would have been, you know, pretty cool for everyone to see. But I guess they're trying to, you know, avoid having
drama, any type of drama. But no,
or whatever.
The thing is, like, but this is for the fans.
No,
so,
you're right.
So like, if you're gonna make the draft thing for the fans, bro, you gotta put it on TV.
Right.
Like, I don't see what the logic is there. Like, I get it, bro. Like, players voted to not have it on TV. Like you said, their egos or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, bro, but like, I don't know.
I think moving forward, they're gonna do it. I think like
It's
next
eventually
year
gonna be on TV.
they're gonna put it on TV and they might make it into like a big thing or whatever. And that's even if they keep the same format, which I think they should because it's fun. But hopefully they do televise the draft because it's fun. You want to see who LeBron wants to pick first, and you want to see who Steph wants to pick first. You know, it's cool to see. Let me ask you this though: with all the injuries that have happened and all the All-Star replacements and all the craziness going on, give me who you thought was snubbed from the West and who you thought was snubbed from the East, and tell me why. Because I see a lot of that on Twitter and on social media about this guy being snubbed or that guy being snubbed.
Okay, so first, who's injured and had to be replaced? So first it was.
You had DeMarcus Cousins.
DeMarcus would have to be a Western Conference player.
Right.
I thought Paul George was perfect. If anything, it would have had to be Lou. If not Paul George.
Right.
You know?
But you gotta give it to the player who's not only performing but their team is.
I mean, but here's the thing: an underachieving team like the Clippers and Lou Williams, who you expect him to get buckets, but you didn't expect him to basically put the team on his back and probably like before Blake got traded, probably lead them into the playoffs. You know what I mean? But I get it, Paul George, the number 4 seed. He's playing great defensively. Better defensive player of the year candidate. Leading the league in steals. I get it. He should be on the team. But if not him, any other Western Conference player gets hurt. I mean, God forbid, not on wood, right? But if any other Western Conference player, I think Lou Williams should be the next one out. The other guys, though, who was next after that? Kevin Love.
Kevin Love got hurt,
and who replaced him?
I believe it was.
Who replaced him?
Was it Kyle Lowry? No, it wasn't Kyle Lowry. It was hold on.
Wait.
A few moments later.
I'm gonna look it up. Kevin Love.
It was a guard.
No. Wait, it is a guard.
It wasn't Kemba. Oh, Dragic.
You see, bro? I couldn't.
Yeah, Dragic.
I couldn't even remember the dude's name, bro.
Yeah, it was Dragic.
Like, it's Dragic, and okay, here's the deal, bro. So I'm thinking, all right, bro. Once Love got hurt, then Simmons' time.
Why?
What do you mean, bro?
Why?
What do you mean, bro?
Why?
Because his team not overachieving. They're playing like they should.
They're not overachieving.
They're not. They're playing like they should. But he's having one of the best rookie years. 16, 7, and 7.
He's the second best player on
There's only 2 other players.
He's the second best player on that team. Yes.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay.
But
so why give the second best player on an 8 seed team a All-Star nod over Dragic, who at the time when he got selected they were the number 4 seed? He's the best player on that team.
All right, bro. Now what are they? 7?
They're half a game away from 4th.
Bro.
But they've been more consistent. They're the more consistent team.
What's Dragic's numbers looking like right now?
If not, it might be.
I mean, 17, 4, and 4.
17, 4, and 4 on a winning team.
Okay, and the Sixers are not a winning team?
They're not. They haven't consistently been winning. Because listen to me. At the time when they made that selection, the Sixers were on a losing streak. Okay. Ben Simmons is the second best player on that team. So you don't. And they were actually not even an 8 seed. They were a 9 seed at that time.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? So you don't. How do you give it to a rookie who's the second best player on his team as a 9 seed over a guard who's been in the league for such a long time, who's leading the Miami.
I get it, bro. You gotta give it to somebody who's a veteran.
All right, and not even just a veteran, but he's been performing consistently as of the last 2 years.
And that theme
So I think he was deserving of it.
And that theme with like being a veteran is gonna come up again in a second. But who got hurt after? It was John Wall. And who replaced John Wall?
Drummond.
Drummond. Okay, he deserved it.
Deserving.
I'm not saying.
You know why he was deserving? Because Al Horford should have never made the All-Star.
Oh yeah. Over Drummond. Over Drummond. So I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so after it was our latest one.
Porzingis gets hurt.
All right, and who replaces Porzingis?
Kemba Walker.
All right, I don't get the bro. Bro,
What?
They're not even in the playoffs.
Okay,
bro.
can I explain to you why Kemba Walker makes the All-Star team over Ben Simmons?
Bro, they're in the 10th seed.
Can I explain it to you?
Tell me.
Last year Kemba Walker should have made the All-Star team. Actually, I think he did make the All-Star
They
team.
didn't make the playoffs last year.
They didn't make the playoffs, but here's the thing. Again, you're not. Okay, let me tell you. I get it. They're very flip-floppy about who makes the All-Star team and what they're using. However, when it comes on a case-by-case basis, I understand why Kemba Walker made it over.
Okay, wait. So Dragic, because he's winning, we give it to him, right?
Right.
Is Dragic better than Kemba?
In terms of just
overall better
overall
player.
play, would I take Dragic over Kemba?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
That's
I would
what
take Kemba over Dragic.
Okay, then, bro. Then why? Bro, I don't even know why. Bro, this is. Oh.
But I mean, that's just how the NBA works. Because on the flip side, you know what I'm saying? If there was no East and West, does Lou Williams make it over Kemba? Yes.
Yes.
Does he make it over Dragic? Yes. But that's not how.
So is Ben Simmons better than Kemba?
As a player by himself?
Yeah.
Like comparison player to player?
Don't say no.
Right now, Ben Simmons has. Ben Simmons has the higher ceiling.
Okay.
But Kemba Walker's the more complete player right now.
Even right now, I know Ben doesn't have a jump shot.
At all.
He doesn't need a jump shot.
He doesn't need a jump shot.
He does not need a jump shot.
Because when you get to the playoffs, Mo,
bro, thing is,
you're gonna need a jump shot.
The way he plays,
you can't just drive.
The way he plays, he basically he doesn't let the defense dictate. Oh, they're gonna give me a jump shot. I'm gonna take it.
It's the regular season,
bro.
No one is game planning against Ben Simmons. And just let me give you a little reminder, okay? The Sixers earlier this season were playing the Wizards, right?
Yeah.
The Wizards were down 12 points, I believe, maybe 14. They were down
earlier in the season.
Earlier in the season, right? Nobody goes into a game planning against Ben Simmons. But you know what the Wizards did in the fourth quarter to come back?
What did they do?
They kept fouling Ben Simmons.
I saw that.
Because he can't shoot free throws.
He can shoot them now.
Maybe he's getting better.
He can
but when
shoot
it
them
comes
now.
to pressure situations, you don't know what Ben Simmons is gonna do for you. You know what I'm saying? So when they get into the playoffs and they start game planning for Ben Simmons, it's gonna be a different Ben Simmons. It's not gonna be the same Ben Simmons.
Trust the process, bro.
I guess.
Trust the process.
All I'm saying is, you know, on the East side, I don't think Ben Simmons really got snubbed. Now, if one more player gets hurt,
he doesn't get it, bro.
If he doesn't get in,
I literally.
I understand. However, as of this point, everyone that's made the All-Star team
is more deserving over Ben.
Is more deserving for now. Okay. Now next year, if Ben puts up the same numbers or more, which I assume he will, he should get an All-Star nod. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But right now, as a rookie,
you're just saying, oh, he's a rookie. He'll get more later on.
He will because everyone gets snubbed. Damian Lillard got snubbed a bunch of times. He should have been made the All-Star team.
But it's different with Dame because there's actually
you can say there's more deserving.
There's more deserving players in the West.
But he still got snubbed because he put up All-Star type numbers in those years that he got snubbed. Last year, Bradley Beal got snubbed over Carmelo, whose New York team was a 9 or 10 seed.
Yeah.
And Bradley Beal's team was a 4 or 3 seed, and he got snubbed.
Yeah.
And he had the better numbers.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it happens. You get snubbed, whatever. If Ben Simmons gets snubbed for the next 2 years, okay, that's terrible. But it's his rookie year. He'll be okay. He'll make the All-Star team next year. They'll be all right. Joel Embiid's still the best player on that team. You can't send 2 All-Stars from a team who's an 8 seed. Like, you just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find some balance there. So you send Joel Embiid as an 8 seed, you gotta send Kemba, whose team's a 10th or 11th seed. Like, it's just,
you gotta find a different.
You gotta find a balance. That's all.
So hopefully the All-Star game and everything in All-Star weekend is going to be pretty exciting. We're all looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the second half of the NBA season. And everyone just make sure to follow us on our social medias, ATW_YM. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like. Be sure to comment down in the description below. And I think that's it.
That's pretty much it. So we'll see you guys next time.
We're out. Bet.